Hello there, this is DBT, and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 9 on Nintendo Switch, and today we're gonna be driving this thing, the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, in the 1v1 tournament. That's right, another one of these 1v1s now for this specific car. And these are the two options that I have available. I have one that is purely focused on acceleration or one that is for Nitro. And of course I'm gonna go for acceleration because overall that just seemed to be the best strategy when you're doing the 1v1s. Now I call this car a thing because I'm not very big on Ferraris. In fact, I haven't driven this car very much at all in the game. I do own it. I owned it for a while at 1 star, but really barely any experience with it. And here we go, here's my first opponent, and let's see how we do over here with the Ferrari. Now, like I just mentioned, I'm not big on Ferraris. I really don't like Ferraris. It's nothing against the cars themselves, although a lot of them seem very not interesting to me. But in general, I just don't like the company. I don't like the way that the company handles things. It seems a little bit too pretentious. It reminds me like Apple, but for cars, for luxury cars, you know? I don't know, it just seems like that. But anyway, so yeah, I really don't have much experience with this car. Like I said, I have it at 1 star, or I had it at 1 star, but now thanks to the special event that is going on for the car right now, I was able to take it to 3 stars. Someday maybe I'll upgrade it, but you know, being a Class S car, I don't think there's really any room for S-Class cars that aren't pretty much fully starred up or that are super useful even if at low stars. So I don't know what is the case with this though. It seems to be a bit of a slow car for Class S, and then again, there's something like the Senna, which is also a slow car in Class S. If you want the Cyan, you can consider that too. But you know, those 2 cars definitely have a bunch of stats to back it up. I don't really know how this particular car works. What is the strength on it? But oh well, that's the first race, first W. Let's hope we get another 11. Now, I don't want to make it sound like I don't like Ferrari at all. There's actually a few cars from Ferrari that I really like. For example, the Enzo, the LaFerrari, it's okay, not my favorite, but it's okay. I do like the racing cars like the FXX Evoluzione, which is based on the Enzo precisely. The FXXK based on the LaFerrari. I like the 599XX. Basically, the racing cars with them with big wings and all of that stuff I really like. But yeah, in general, not a big fan of the company overall. It's okay. And for the same reason, that's why I've never really cared very much about getting the Ferraris in this game. Then again, I do own a bunch because, you know, you go unlocking them over time in the game as the regular progression. But then the super special Ferraris, then I don't care too much about them. I did get the Enzo because, like I just mentioned, it's one of my favorite Ferraris, but also because it was a Legend Pass car, so it was easy to acquire that way. I like the F40, for example. I do own it. I have it, I think, in Max Stars, although I don't think I have upgraded it. So yeah, overall, it's not straight up full-on hate towards the company or the car models or anything, but in general, Ferrari, it's not my thing. You know where my loyalty lies. It may or may not have something to do with that company called, what? Lamborghini? Yeah, I think so. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do believe that this car has perfect nitro boost, so that's something else that I gotta keep in mind. I wish the game had some way of letting you know which cars have perfect nitro boost, because it just seems a little weird to have this additional mechanic in the game that is in absolutely no way indicated. Because I remember when I first looked at the stats of this car for the first time in wherever I looked it up, I thought, oh boy, this is a very slow car. But then it does have a, yeah, look, 363 with perfect nitro, 372. So yes, it has perfect nitro boost. So without knowing that it has perfect nitro boost, then you might think, oh wow, this car is very slow for a Class S, which it kinda is. But then again, the perfect nitro helps it a bit, much like for the Lambos Cyan, same situation. If you look at the stat, it looks considerably slow. Then you consider the perfect nitro and you're like, oh, okay, that makes a bit more sense. It's still a slow car, don't get me wrong, but at least it has a little something that helps it. But like I just said, I just think it's weird that Gameloft in no way, to my knowledge at least, indicates that a car has or doesn't have perfect nitro boost. So man, that's important, you know. If you're looking at the stats of a car, you would like to know that, hey, this actually can go faster than what you see over there. But oh well, is that just me? What do you think? Or is there something that I'm missing? I don't know. Okay, and now I'm getting a bunch of races in Shanghai, which, you know, doesn't bother me. I like this, doing this race. And I really have been trying to get better at the last section of this track. You know, where I normally always go on the right side, I prefer to go on the left side now. Not that I prefer, I would still prefer to go on the right side because that's the side that I'm more comfortable with, but I do believe that the left side is the overall better one. Now, my opponent is right behind me, so this guy is definitely aiming to try to beat me over here, so I gotta be careful on how I'm driving. As always, the first couple of rounds tend to be a little bit easy because it's either people who are kind of farming this, maybe people that aren't super experienced, and that's why they're in the first rounds. But the later it gets in the tournament, just like pretty much in any tournament, the more of the better players have been filtered in, I suppose. So yes, but I'm still quite ahead right now, so dope. Must not get cocky, he could still catch up, especially if I mess it up. So this is the section that I'm talking about. I would normally go for the left side, excuse me, for the right side, but now I'm going for the left because I do believe that this is the, oh my god, what did I just do? Come on, come on. Ah! Okay, I'm fine. See what I'm saying? I need to practice that route because I keep on messing it up and that's no good. That's no good. Fortunately, it didn't affect me too much on this race, but man, imagine this in a race that mattered more. Okay, here we go again. Same track. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna complain, except I'm gonna complain for the same thing that I've been saying before, where I really wish that we would get more, a different pool of tracks to do. You know, just for the sake of variety. Because, man, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've said it, but this has helped me a lot to improve in these tracks in a multiplayer environment. But come on, there's so many tracks to do. I just want to see something else. And I think even for these videos, it would be fun. Wouldn't you say? Why don't you tell me in the comments if you're sick and tired of seeing the same tracks over and over in these 1v1s. Now, granted, it's not that I release a 1v1 video every other day or anything like that. Not even every week. You know, it really has to do when there are 1v1s that are interesting because, like I said before, there's been so many. By now, I think there's been like 3 1v1s of the Lambo Diablo, which, don't get me wrong, I love the Diablo, but I know, come on, so many of them, it must get a little bit boring. There's so many cars that we could have 1v1s, but oh well. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go on the left side. Stop spinning, please. Thank you. Then go like that. Go for the shockwave, hit the wall for no absolute reason, and get a W. I'll take it. I'll take it. So what is this, like the 6th W? It's the 5th one. Okay, one more and then I'll restart the game. And as I always say in this type of videos, who knows when this video is coming out? I'm recording this in the second half of the entirety of the incredibly long Ferrari season. Now, notice the sarcasm when I said all of that, because this season, even in the global version of the game, was very short. It was 3 weeks, but over here on the Switch, they were like 3 weeks? No, that's too long. Let's make it 2. So yes, it's a 2-week season, very obnoxiously short, but then again, it's Ferrari, so who cares? No, but seriously, not too much to talk about in this particular season. I don't think there's anything other than, like I mentioned, there's a special event for this car where if you have a bunch of Ferraris, you can get blueprints for it. But overall, it's a very uneventful uneventful season. The car for the Legend Pass is what? The Monza, which is a car that I don't like either, because not only it's a Ferrari, it's one of those headless cars that not only do they not have a roof, they don't even have windshield. That's why I call them headless. But anyway, so yeah, this is when I'm recording this. I don't know when am I releasing this video. It could be literally the next day, it could be in a week, it could be in a few weeks, who knows. But just wanted to let you know when this 1v1 happened, because man, these things are fun. Regardless of the fact that we're racing in the same track over and over, hey, it's still fun to just drive in an environment where all that matters is how good you drive, and you just get to still beat your opponent in real time, which is kind of fun, I guess. I don't know, just fine. And I know that I keep on repeating myself pretty much in every single one of these 1v1 videos, but in case you're wondering, for anybody that is new here or haven't heard this, the reason why I have to do a restart of the game after a certain amount of races is because of the annoying bug, glitch, issue that this version of the game has in the Nintendo Switch, where after a random amount of races, the game completely glitches out, the graphics of the game glitch out, and the map looks like a garbled mess of textures. It's completely undrivable. So this happens mostly in multiplayer. I don't think I've seen that happen in single player or even in quick race. But yes, and the only way to prevent and fix it once it happens is simply to restart the game. And if the issue hasn't happened, you know, whenever you're doing something that you have limited tries or whatever, like over here, for example, that I can only lose so many times before I completely lose the thing, or maybe in Grand Prix, or whenever you're trying to rank up and it's important for you to not lose a single point, what you want to do is be restarting the game every once in a while. And I do mean, I should say, a bunch. You should be restarting the game a bunch. It's random when this happens. It could be after 10 races, it could be after 20, it could be after 6. Who knows? So that is why after 6 races over here, which is the middle of this entire thing, I do one restart. So to ensure that this doesn't happen to me again, because it has happened and it's annoying. And I think that entire last race did not have music. Sorry about that. It's kind of difficult sometimes to keep track when the music is playing or not. But I will admit that overall I'm not having a bad time driving this Ferrari. Feels good, you know? I'm not gonna sing, oh, wow, what was that? I'm not gonna sing too many praises, but then again, you just saw a little bit of physics issue, but then again, it's Asphalt 9. Every car at any moment, at any random jump or whatever may have physics issues, so I really cannot judge a single car for, oh my god, I missed that. Hold on, let me focus because that guy might just catch up if I keep on messing this up. But yeah, any car at any random moment might have some physics issues, so I cannot blame it on just this being a Ferrari or simply being a car kind of glitchy. Now this guy's catching up to me. I don't feel comfortable with that, so I need to do better. He went for the jump. He's gonna end up with more speed than I am. Oh boy, is this gonna be my first L for this tournament? Seems like it. Unless I can keep it together. Keep it together, DBT. Focus. He went for the other route, which I keep saying I believe it's the slower route. And I got it! Oh, let's go, baby! See what I'm saying? Left route. I think it's a better route than the right one, even though I'm more comfortable with the right one. What can I say? W, baby. Let's go! And I do believe that this is on purpose to make these cars that are very comfortable to drive to be the somewhat slower but agile cars. And then you have obviously the cars that are much faster, but they're harder to drive, harder to build the speed and keep it. So I think that is by design, and that's kind of cool because again, you can have an easy car, but an easy car is not going to be amazing, and you can have something that is way harder to drive. But if you can master it, then you're gonna get some crazy results. So I kind of like that in this game, except with cars like the Venom F5, because that thing, oh man, the way that it drifts for the speed that it has, I don't know, I find that annoying. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. In the meantime, what? I already lost count of which race am I at. I think this is like the 9th race or something. But the guy's actually catching, oh, never mind, he wrecked. I was gonna say the guy's catching up to me, and he was, and then he wrecked. So, woo, let's go, baby. Don't hit it. Beautiful. A little bit of shockwave for the jump, and that's gonna be another W. Am I getting very good at this or what? No, not really, but hey. At least I got a whole bunch more experience on these tracks now. Oh wow, I think this is the very first time that we get in Osaka in this particular 1v1 tournament. Cool. I think Osaka is one of those tracks that tend to glitch out quite a bit with, well, the glitch that I mentioned. Like not every track gets that glitch of the graphics, or maybe they do, but maybe Osaka is one of those that are most often affected by it. Because for example, sometimes you may have the graphical issue, you might exit the race or even finish it just with touch drive or whatever, and you go into another race without restarting the game and suddenly it will look alright. So I don't know, it's kind of weird, but anyway, the first race that you get that issue, it's definitely time to restart the game. I've said a bunch of times by error that you need to restart the console. No, not at all. It's not the console, just the game. Now, there's a lot of rumors. You probably, if you're into Nintendo Switch, you probably have already seen all about this. But all of the rumors going about the Nintendo Switch 2, on how it has been sort of kind of secretly already unveiled or showcased at least, so that developers can start working. My point over here with the topic is to think like, is Asphalt 9 gonna continue on the Nintendo Switch too? Because man, if we could get this same game but performing better, wouldn't that be great? That would be amazing. Okay, Himalayas, let's go. And I'm racing against someone who is in a club for Mexico, of Mexico. I don't know if only Mexican people are allowed or what, but hey. From the same country, but you know, no preferentialism. Is that a word? I don't know, favoritism. I guess that's the right word that I was looking for. I don't know. In spite of the fact that I'm a Mexican and whatnot, I'm not exactly a very patriotic individual. I'm not one to take pride of, oh, I'm from this country and this and that. I don't know. It just doesn't quite ring for me. I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me in the comments from whatever country you are? Are you a patriotic person? And if you feel comfortable, why don't you tell me which country you're for and then tell me if you're patriotic or not. Like, I'm from Mexico, but I'm not patriotic. Something like that, you know? I'm just curious, literally. There's nothing that I can do with that information, but then maybe you don't want to say it, so that's perfectly fine, but that's what I said. For anybody that feels comfortable sharing that, why don't you tell me? I would be curious to know if I'm the only crazy person who isn't super patriotic to their motherland, I suppose. Whatever, you know what I mean. But alright, that is W number 11, I believe? Yes, so one more, and we're done. Huh. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to retry this. And here we go. Okay, now we got an opponent for our 12th and possibly, potentially, our last race. But yeah, overall, like I said, I'm not having a bad time with this car, but I'm not gonna be obviously worrying about upgrading this car a bunch and using it in multiplayer and whatnot. It's another one of these cars that I keep just for the collection. This guy's right behind me. Holy mother... Come on. Oh, I think he slowed down on that jump. I think he messed up. I don't know if he was trying to knock me down or he was just trying to go for the bunch of nitro, but it backfired because he slowed down on that ramp, and now I have quite a bit of a lead. He would literally need to pull a miracle in order to catch up to me, or if I do a really crazy dum-dum and completely mess up my race, but I don't plan to do that, so I want to remain steady. I'll be, you know what, I'm gonna be completely honest, and this is not as a shot to anybody that I raced against today in this video, but overall this 1v1 went very smooth, surprisingly smooth, maybe even too smooth. Very little interesting happening in here, but hey, maybe I'm just too good. No, I don't think that's it. I think people were just not taking it seriously, which is, you know, fair enough. How can I judge them? But there we go, 12 W's, no losses with a Ferrari, and I get 250,000 credits, which are gonna be helpful for something, I don't know. So there you have it. That was the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Again, a comfortable car, but not my favorite. Kind of slow for Class S, but hey, still kind of a looker, so there is that. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button, all of that good stuff. Why don't you check these other videos of the 1v1 tournament thingies that I've done before, because there's a bunch of videos by now. But that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.